Welcome, kindred spirits, to a place of positivity, passion, and purpose. Welcome aboard, as we set sail on a journey through Minnesota Strikers. The Minnesota Strikers were an American soccer team that competed in the North American Soccer League (NASL) for the 1984 season and in the Major Indoor Soccer League from 1984 through 1988. The team was based in Minneapolis, metropolitan area, and played their outdoor home games at the Met Center and the Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome for indoor games. Founded in 1967 as the Washington Darts and playing in Miami as the Gatos and the Toros before playing 7 seasons as the Fort Lauderdale Strikers, the team left Florida following the 1983 North American Soccer League season. After the season and playing 4 seasons in the MISL, the team ceased operations. Get ready for an exciting part as we dive into origins and 1984 NASL season. Founded in 1963 as the amateur club Washington Britannica and eventually rebranding as the Washington Darts, the team joined the North American Soccer League in 1970 after playing 3 seasons in the American Soccer League and winning 2 consecutive ASL championships. After the 1970 season, the team was sold to John Bellotta, former part owner of the Rochester Lancers, and Arthur Banter hotel owner, who relocated and rebranded as the team as the Miami Gatos. After 1 season, the team was sold to a group of 25 local business leaders, including Miami Dolphins owner Joe Robbie and his wife Elizabeth, and renamed the Toros. In December 1976, and after 5 seasons in Miami, the team announced it was moving to Fort Lauderdale. Following the conclusion of the 1983 outdoor season, season-long rumors that the team was looking to move were confirmed when general manager Tim Robbie met with officials in Minneapolis on November 30, 1983. Team owner Elizabeth Robbie, Minnesota Governor Rudy Pupik, and NASL President Howard Samuels officially announced the team was moving and indicated the team had lost around $1 million in the last year. The Strikers played their first game on the road against the Tampa Bay Rowdies, their former cross-state rivals, in the Florida Derby, winning a game decided by a shootout. The team played its first home game at Metrodome on May 12, 1984, defeating the Chicago Sting 3-2. The Strikers ended the season with a record of 14 wins and 10 losses, tied for best record in the league. However, NASL rules awarded 6 points for a win, 4 for a shootout win, and 1 point for each goal scored during regulation, up to 3 per game. This resulted in 4 other teams earning more than the 115 points the Strikers had for the season. This put the Strikers in 3rd place of the Western Division and missing the playoffs. Prior to Soccer Bowl 84, the team announced head coach David Chadwick, who had moved with the team from Fort Lauderdale, would not return and hired Alan Merrick as his replacement. As we transition to the next segment, let's unravel the mysteries surrounding Major Indoor Soccer League 1984-1988 and gain a fresh perspective. On August 28, 1984, along with 3 other NASL teams, the Strikers joined the Major Indoor Soccer League for the season. Finishing the season with a record of 24 wins and 24 losses, the Strikers qualified for the playoffs as a wild card. After defeating the Wichita Wings 2-1 in the wild card series, the Strikers beat the Las Vegas Americans in the quarterfinals 3-1. The May 12, 1984, Game 4 of the semifinals against the San Diego Sockers ended in a tie and was won by the Sockers in a shootout, resulting in a 3-1 series victory for San Diego. However, the Strikers protested that Sockers player Jacques Ladouceur, who scored a goal during the shootout, was ineligible. The next day, MISL Commissioner Francis Dale ruled in the Strikers' favor and awarded the game to Minnesota, resulting in a 2-game all-series tie. In the 5th game of the series, San Diego defeated the Strikers 7-0. The Strikers finished the Major Indoor Soccer League season with a record of 26 wins and 22 losses and 2nd place in the Eastern Division. Minnesota defeated the Dallas City Kicks in the first round of the playoffs 3-1 and the Cleveland Force in the division finals, also 3-1, to earn a spot in the championship series. After trailing the best-of-7 series against the Sockers 3-1, the Strikers were able to tie the series at 3 games apiece. However, San Diego was able to capture their 5th straight indoor title with a 5-3 victory over Minnesota on May 27, 1986. The Strikers finished the season with a record of 26 wins and 26 losses, in 4th place of the Eastern Division and qualifying for the playoffs. Meeting Cleveland in the first round of the playoffs, the Force defeated the Strikers 3-2. The team's final season was the Major Indoor Soccer League season. The Strikers finished in first place of the Eastern Division with a record of 31 wins and 25 losses. A fight broke out with less than 2 minutes remaining in the second game of the division semifinals against the Baltimore Blast, which resulted in players from both teams being ejected. The Strikers went on to defeat the Blast 3-1 in the series. Facing the Cleveland Force in the division finals, the Strikers lost the series 4-1. On June 22, 1988, Executive Vice President Tim Robbie announced that his family had been looking to sell the team for 2 years but had not been able to find a buyer, and therefore, owners Joe and Elizabeth Robbie had decided to terminate the franchise rather than post a $400,000 letter of credit with the league. Prepare yourself for an in-depth analysis of year by year in this section. Year Division League Reg. Season Playoffs Open Cup AVC. Attend. 1984 NASL 3rd, Western did not qualify, did not enter 14,262 no MISL 4th, Eastern semifinals no 4,809 no MISL 2nd, Eastern runners-up no 6,503 no MISL 4th, Eastern Division semifinals no 6,977 no MISL 1st, Eastern Division Finals no 5,930. In the next portion, we'll be immersing ourselves in the realm of honors and examining its broader implications. Championships runners-up. Division titles: Eastern Division. U.S. Soccer Hall of Fame Joe and Elizabeth Robbie, Alan Willie. Canadian Soccer Hall of Fame Tino Lettieri 2002, Mike Sweeney 2004, Bob Bolither 2008, John McGrain. Indoor Soccer Hall of Fame Hector Morinaro. MISL All-Star Game participants: Gary Etherington, Tino Lettieri, Thompson Yushian 1988, David Byrne, Steve Kinsey, Hector Morinaro. Newcomer of the Year Steve Kinsey. League leading goal scorer Hector Morinaro 58 goals. League leading goaltender Tino Lettieri GAA 3.38. All League First Team selections Ray Hudson. All League Second Team selections Dwight Lodwidge and Alan Willie Tino Lettieri. All League Honorable Mentions Barry Wallace. In the upcoming portion, we'll be dissecting 1984 NASL to gain a comprehensive understanding of its implications. 1984 NASL. Ricardo Alonso, John Bain, Bob Bolither, Ben Collins, Bill Crook, Peter Daniel, Gary Etherington, Ken Fogarty, Jen Goosens, Ray Hudson, Godfrey Ingram, Mike Jeffries, Brian Kidd, Tino Lettieri, Terry Lineker, Dwight Lodwidge, John McGrain, Robert Meshbach, Bruce Miller, Paul Price, Thomas Rongan, Craig Scarpelli, Carl Strong, Barry Wallace, Alan Willie. In this section, we'll be peeling back the layers of MISL to reveal its true essence. MISL. Ricardo Alonso, John Bain, Ben Collins, Bill Crook, Chris Dangerfield, Drogo Dumbovi, Gary Etherington, Ken Fogarty, Jen Goosens, Ray Hudson, Mike Jeffries, Matt Kennedy, Tino Lettieri, Steve Litt, Dwight Lodwidge, John McGrain, Bruce Miller, Thomas Rongan, Craig Scarpelli, Greg Thompson, Thompson Yushian, Barry Wallace, Alan Willie. In the upcoming section, we'll be dissecting MISL and exploring its intricate connections to our topic. MISL. Tony Bono, David Byrne, Dan Cantor, Stan Cummins, Chris Dangerfield, Drogo Dumbovi, Gary Etherington, Ken Fogarty, Jen Goosens, Ray Hudson, Bill Irwin,
Mike Jeffries, Matt Kennedy, Tasso Kautsoukas, Tino Lettieri, Dwight Lodwidge, Bruce Miller, Kazbek Tambi, Greg Thompson, Thompson Yushian, Alan Willie.
In the next portion, we'll be immersing ourselves in the realm of MISL and examining its broader implications. MISL.
Tony Bono, David Byrne, Dan Cantor, Stan Cummins, Chris Dangerfield, Enzo DePede, Helmut Dudek, Gary Etherington, Ken Fogarty, Ray Hudson, Greg Ion, Mike Jeffries, Matt Kennedy, Steve Kinsey, Tasso Kautsoukas, Tino Lettieri, Dwight Lodwidge, Hector Marinaro, John O'Hara, Greg Thompson, Thompson Yushian, Alan Willie, Elizabeth Robbie, President, Chris Wright, General Manager, Tim Robbie, Executive Vice President, Alan Merrick, Head Coach, Bruce Miller, Assistant Coach.
Let's now zoom in on 1987-88 MISL and uncover the hidden gems that lie within. 1987-88 MISL.
Jerry Adzik, Tony Bono, Alex Bunbury, David Byrne, Stan Cummins, Chris Dangerfield, Gary Etherington, George Gelnevach, Tom Gleason, Tim Harris, Ray Hudson, Steve Kinsey, Tino Lettieri, Dwight Lodwidge, Hector Marinaro, John O'Hara, Neil Roberts, Troy Snyder, Mike Sweeney, Greg Thompson, Alan Willie, Elizabeth Robbie, President, Chris Wright, General Manager, Tim Robbie, Executive Vice President, Alan Merrick, Head Coach, Bruce Miller, Assistant Coach. As we enter this new chapter, let's navigate the complexities of NASL Coach and unravel its multifaceted nature. David Chadwick, 1984. Our focus now turns to Coach MISL, an important aspect of our discussion. Coach MISL and Merrick. Let's now shift gears and explore Strikers' NASL draft through a critical lens, uncovering its strengths and weaknesses. 1984. Round Player Score 1 Greg Kennedy, Indiana 2 Ronald Dufresne, Florida International 3 David McDaniel, Duke. In this segment, we'll be unraveling the complexities of Strikers' MISL drafts and exploring its multifaceted nature. 1985. Round Player Score 1 Paul DiBernardo, Indiana University 2 Peter Sawkins, Yale University 3 Tony Bono, Drexel University 4 Bruce Bellinger, Southern Illinois Edwardsville. 1986. Round Player Score 2 Peter Smith, University of Tampa 3 Paul Shijin, Rochester Institute of Technology 4 Andy Panterson, University of Connecticut 4 Tony Scheuerman, Stillwater High School. 1987. Round Player Score 1 Brent Goulet, Warner Pacific University 3 George Gelnevach, University of Virginia 4 Troy Snyder, Penn State University. Welcome to the next segment, where we explore radio and its significance in our journey. 1984 NASL KRSI 950 Amplitude Modulation MISL WWTC 1280 Amplitude Modulation MISL KSNE 1280 Amplitude Modulation. In this part of the video, we'll be delving deeper into television and analyzing its key components. 1984 NASL KITN 29. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your support and I'll see you in the next video.